Hey YouTube, how y'all doing? This is Eric. I wanted to bring this up. I wanted to open up about my music taste and what made me the man I am today. You know, I wanted to open up about that today. That, of course, I'm a black man, but I am a metalhead. My music taste is metal. I've started listening to metal since, as a teenager, I think since I was like 15 years old, or somehow around that age. But what got me into it is that, of course, around my high school and teenage years, I started watching WWE first. That I was very curious about them boys wrestling out there, and I'm still a WWE supporter. You know, I don't call myself a fan like that because I don't buy a lot of merch and stuff. I can't really afford that. And especially the music taste, like either I like their merch, but I don't really buy them because I can't really afford them, but I still support the hell out of them. So I've started watching WWE since 2013. And it got me to thinking, like, they're putting this type of music on a WWE wrestler. The type of music. So when they're wrestling, so it's like they put out some regular rock, post-hardcore or something like that. You know, hard rock or soft rock, any of that stuff. That's part of, you know, playing with a guitar and playing drums and singing out loud. Those types of stuff, you know, loud things. So I was curious about how did they put those songs like that? I mean, yeah, how did they put those songs like that? What kind of song are they making? And I don't know why I have a taste for it, but I kind of like it when people play guitar. I kind of like it when people play drums. You know? Kind of like things loud. It's just like, it got me the energy. It gave me an energy. And especially me, as a kid, like, I am pretty much hyper. Sometimes. And I'm a grown-up right now. I don't get hyper as much, but at some areas, I do get hyper. So, listen to metal has really got me hyper. It's really got me good energy. It kind of motivated me to where, like, I feel like, you know, I could just keep on running, keep doing jump ropes, or even working out at the gym. And it got me to do those things because I was listening to metal. But there isn't just metal. It's just, there's like rock. There's, like I said, post-hardcore. Sometimes even electric pop, which sometimes even rock. But there's also another thing too. Death metal, deathcore, hardcore, also nu-metal, Nu-metal, if that's how you really pronounce it. Beatdown metal. You know, they're always putting genres out there. I'm trying to sound this right. So they always put these genres or something like that. Beatdown, hardcore, or metal, heavy hardcore, post-hardcore. Oh, metalcore too. Yes, that one. I do listen to those type of things. Mostly, I'm just a heavy metal guy, dude. Like, to be honest, I don't really listen to a lot of old school metal rock bands. Like back in the day, I haven't been listening to those. I've been listening to the new generation of metal. You know, it caught me off guard. So I wasn't always going back to over there. And I gotta be honest with you, and y'all metal dudes, or even metal girls, y'all are gonna be pissed when I tell you this. I have not listened to Metallica or Iron Maiden. y'all are gonna be pissed. You could just put a dislike on that. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not lying to you, bro. I'm not. But I haven't, like, it got me off guard to just listen to new generation metal, and especially where they mix all kinds of metal. They even mix some rap to metal, or no, rap and metal together. You know, trap metal. That's what they do. Or even just vocalists who just do rap beats. You know, screaming vocalists who do rap beats. Like XXXTentacion, he did those things. Project. Ghostman. I know who else. Who else? Low Soul, but that's like a low-key artist right there. Yeah, there's like a lot of rappers who scream. A lot of scream rappers who do trap metal. Oh, Scarlord. I like that dude too. I like those type of dudes too. Like where they just screaming instead of rapping sometimes. Well, you're rapping, but you're also screaming out loud. You're screaming louder, you know? And there are even metal bands who even do rap beats just to make it a part of a song, just to blend all types of music together. And some of the deathcore bands who even done rap, some of the deathcore bands who even done how do you say it, regular, like they go from sometimes deathcore to metalcore, or even sometimes go from deathcore to hardcore, or even sometimes go from deathcore to I think just regular hard rock music. And there are even some that go the other way, that could go the opposite. So this music I just listened to just today, and this band is called I Am, and they just released a death metal album. It's called Eternal Steel. I'm gonna put it up here. You see that? They brought some death metal into it. And they're from Texas. They're from Texas, and they're touring around the world. They used to be a regular old deathcore hardcore band. Now they're changing their sound. So I really like their new album too. And it kind of brings up some old death metal sounding too. Like where's just death metal back in the day? I probably don't know because I barely listened to that. I have listened to melodic death metal, if that's how you sound it right. I have listened to that. This band called Engel, you know, it started with the E. The band, wait, hold up. Let me type it out right now. This I have listened to this since 2015. Wait, or 2014, whatever. But this is the band right here. They are melodic death metal, which I didn't know as a teenager, which is why they got a lot of energy right there. My favorite albums are this one right here, Raven Kings. I think this one's Threnody. They had more songs in the Threnody album. I barely listened to this album or even this album, but I've listened to them back then. I still listen to them. Mostly all my songs are in my iPad, which I'll show you real quick. Well, my iPod isn't working, and plus the screen is all messed up. Like the screen is so messed up, so I'm gonna have to be able to afford to fix it later on. And my iPod is dead, so I put all my songs in here. I'm gonna tell you more songs that I listen to, more bands that I listen to. So this one here is Engel, really good band. Haven't listened to them in a long time. Also Malrun, I think they are like a progressive metal band or something, and sometimes they'll even mix some of their riffs on like a death metal area or something. Okay, the albums I do listen to. The Empty Frame. I barely listen parts of the song on this album. There's another album. Oh yeah, Two Thrones. You know, the album color, the art is red, so I really like that. I like so my favorite albums are Two Thrones, The Empty Frame, and parts of the songs in the album Beauty and Chaos. Another band that I used to listen to, but they already broke up like a long time ago, was Eyes on Fire. My favorite album is Victimizer. Well, yeah, they have the album already. It just barely pops up. Yeah, it's Victimizer. It's an album, but it's also a track too. This one right here. I really like that band. Also, I have listened to some Motionless In. I don't listen to a lot of albums, but I listen part of their songs, which I really do mess with. Like they're like, I think 2 songs are part of Infamous, the album. I do listen to America, The Devil's Night. How do you say it? Okay, so this is the band right here, Motionless In. I haven't listened to all of the albums, not all of them. I can't lie to you, dudes. I can't. I still fuck with them. I don't care. I still support the ads. They're really good. And I have listened to Incarnate. So yeah. And you know what? This song right here, they released the song Incarnate on my birthday, which I didn't know. I barely pay attention to those dudes. And also, another band that I listen to is called Hopes Die Last. Right here. You see that? They used to break up, but they just came back. They just came back, and they have some few songs that are out. You know, they just came back. They used to break up, and they used to be another band called like Alpha Wolves or something. So they brought the band back together right now, just now, with 3 songs, I think, that have already been released. So I gotta listen to those, and I've been listening to them for a long time too. The albums I listened to is Trust No One, 6 Years Home, You're Face Down Now. Those were the 3 albums that I've listened to, and I really mess with them. I like those. Oh, also another band that I listened to, and this one's pretty heavy, very, very heavy. It's called Spite. They're always heavy, and they just released an album too, with death metal sounding too, called Dedication to Flesh, which I am gonna listen later on, hopefully tonight or tomorrow, whatever day I can choose. And I have listened to the 3 albums, or even 4. Yeah, it was 4 albums. It's like Spite Part 1 and then Spite Part 2. And then the other 2 albums are Nothing Is Beautiful. And then the other one is The Root of All Evil. Yeah, those were 4 albums. But they used to put 2, like Spite Part 1 and then Part 2, both of them as deluxe editions, so it's like one big ass album. So I like those, and then I gotta listen to Dedication of Flesh soon. Also, Bodysnatcher. I've started listening to Spice since 2018 because there's always another heavy band. Bodysnatcher. I have listened to these dudes since 2016. Their oldest album was called Abandonment. Yeah, you see that? And I gotta listen to, yeah, this Heavy Void. I have listened to that. I gotta listen to it again. The Death of Me, not the deluxe, but like, they're types of albums, and there's always a lot of singles, so I can never tell which one is a single or an album. But they're still really good bands, and they have released a lot of heavy songs, even back in the day. They have always been a heavy band. So I think they're still trying to do their best to be heavy, and hopefully they'll make another sound, but I still fuck with these dudes. Another band that I listen to, Signs of the Swarm. I've listened to their 3 albums called, okay, you may not even see this. I might not even point the direction of light yet. Okay, so this one, okay, can you see my finger? Okay, this one right here, this album right here, and then this one, The Disfigurement of Existence, and then Senseless Order. I haven't listened to the 4th one yet. That's next. And I think they had some singles that I haven't even listened to, or may already have because I listened to the album. I still fuck with those dudes. What did I say? There's more. I know there's more. I have a whole lot more. Like, I always forget. Also, Demolisher. Not Slaughter to Prevail, but Slaughter to Prevail. That's also another band, and I'm going to show you too. Demolisher band, and they're the ones that started the Downtempo band, Downtempo metal band, and so has Emmure, and they said Meshuggah has started too. Meshuggah, Demolisher, and Emmure. So I'm gonna put that up. Demolisher, Word of Hatred, Recognition, and Violent Society. Those are the 3 albums that they have released. They've been a band since, I think, 2009 and 2008. They've released albums back in the day. Even if they're done a band, I'm still going to listen to them because they're heavy. Straight up heavy from the start. Emmure. I haven't fucked with this band for a while. Not for a very long time, and I gotta go back. I really gotta go back. I always get distracted by every other band that I listen to. I get so distracted that I just forget other bands. Like, I mostly listen to a lot of low-key bands that are not even popular, and they're still good. Also, another band that was low-key is called Sabella. That's another heavy band. Of course, I don't think they're consistent on their band, so that I'm not sure if I don't think they're a band anymore, but they're really good. Sabella right here, the one with the purple album, that's called Dog Days. And then this one right here, Sabella. Sabella with the music videos and live videos. I mess with them. I like those. I still fuck with them. Even if they're not releasing songs, even new songs, or even they're not even a band anymore. There's another one that Immoralist. That's another heavy band. They had 2 albums out, but that was a long time ago. The first one is the green one, the dark green one, Widow. And then the one on Fire, Unholy. Unholy was released in 2016, and Widow was released in 2013. I still listen to them even though they're not a band or not consistent. I still fuck with them. Always. Slaughter to Prevail. I gotta mention that. Yeah, Slaughter to Prevail. And the main vocalist is Alex Terrible. I think I've listened to them back then, but I barely paid attention. But I still fuck with them. The albums I used to listen to was Chapters of Misery. And I used to listen to Misery Sermon. I gotta listen to it again. So they're still good bands, so I had to listen to, you know, most of the new songs. Oh, I Declare War. That's another band I forgot to mention. I Declare War. Really good band too. I'm using my iPad because I'm recording it with my phone. They're really good heavy band. Death metal, deathcore, and deathcore or something like that. At least that's what they are. And of course they're from the USA. And they have been a band, I think, since either 2008 or something. I don't know, but they've been a band for a long time. A long time. And even before this vocalist right here, there was another vocalist. I forgot his name, but it was before this dude came around to do the rest of I Declare War. So it's yeah, so it's another band. I haven't listened to Carnifex. I gotta do that. What's another band that I listen to? Oh, Sworn In. I like them. I like Sworn In. I really fuck with them. They used to release a song, but that was a few years ago. I think they're not a band anymore. The main vocalist was Tyler, but then they had to switch up the vocalist when he decided to step out of the band. I think his name was Eugene, after Tyler. So, and yeah, they've been a band ever since. And they've changed their sound, dude. They've been changing their sound. They've been making weird ass albums, and I fuck with them. Also, another weird band, but this one's a one-man band called Methwitch. Methwitch. I've started listening to Methwitch since 2017. I barely listened, like, the albums I used to listen to, you know, all 4 of them. The 4 of the albums were first Rotting Away, Shadowkeeper, Piss, and then Indwell. But Indwell, the album is fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. And some of the people mentioned that the album is kind of like Silent Hill vibes. And the album has its own concept. And this dude in the one-man band, he's been making his weird-ass sounds. He's been making sounds ever since. Like, he knows how to put a creative album out there. I'm sorry, he's very creative. And it's a one-man band. And if it wasn't, like, if it was just more than a one-man band, he would have to make them sound like the way he wants it to sound, which is impossible. Another band that I listen to. Oh, Zealot. I think that's like a Christian word. Zealot band. Zealot is a metalcore, hardcore, also mixing in with nu metal. Let me show you. You see these two videos right here? That's the band. They've had two albums that are EPs. This one is Learned Hate. And then this one is Unwanted, Unloved. And I still mess with them. Some people don't even like it that much. And it kind of reminds them of Sworn In. Like some of the bands that are metalcore, hardcore, some of them just remind of Sworn In. Lordis. In Between Misery and Apathy. They've had another album called Thin Line. So Lordis is 2 albums, In Between Misery and Apathy and Thin Line. But In Between Misery and Apathy, really good sound. Really better sound than the Thin Line, so it's a step up. What's another thing that I listen to? Oh, Somewhere to Come Home. Call Home. Somewhere to Call Home. They've had like, I think, yeah, two albums, but they've always had singles. Kind of sounding like Sworn In too. Also, another band that I used to listen to, that I've always listened to, is Changes. But they've already broken up. Right here. Really good band. Kind of reminds me of Sworn In. Or reminds people of Sworn In. At least that's what they say. With some mix of nu metal. And that's what's Somewhere to Call Home and Changes. They do mix parts of nu metal. They do. What's another band that I listen to? I have listened to a little bit of Breaking Benjamin, Blowing Me Away. Those are my favorites. Also, I forgot to mention more of the metalcore bands, like Wolves at the Gate. But first, I've listened to Ascendant Stranger. This is Wolves at the Gate right here. The album, parts of the songs of this album I listened to, and then this one here, parts of the songs that I listened to. I've listened to those guys since 2014. Also, Ascendant Stranger. Right here. I've listened to these guys since 2014 too. I really mess with those bands. I really thought this band, it's a one-man band, but I really thought this band was the heaviest, because this album right here, I really thought that was the heaviest. Until I found out there's other bands that are heavier than that. But still, I still listen to it. And especially this, where bands that are changing distortions of the guitars, and bands that really low tune their guitars for each song that they make. Putting more different lyrics out there. Some of the lyrics are still the same. So yeah, I've listened to a lot of that. I've always had a taste for metal. Well, not really as a kid, but as a kid, you know, music really got into me. It got me to think got me to thinking all types of levels of music. And right now, I am still more open to each type of genres of metal. I'm still open to that. I'm still going to listen to more of the death metal, and I'm going to try my best to try this out of Metallica, Iron Maiden, and any of that stuff that are back in the day. I've got to listen to that, but I do have listened to this. System of a Down, Chop Suey, Disturbed, Down with the Sickness. I have listened to Korn too, a little bit. But most of my favorite songs from Korn is Twist. I think there's two types of Twist, but I can never tell which one. I gotta listen to more of Korn. Also another band that I've listened to, but this one is crazy. Another heavy band other than Methwitch. Methwitch is just experimental metal, but also this could be experimental too. This band that I listen to, I think it's a one-man band, but called Nihilist. I couldn't tell if he's a one-man band or more people in the band. But this band right here is crazy. The songs are crazy heavy. Mosh pit as hell, dude. Also Lorna Shore. I have listened to some of their songs, but I haven't listened to all of the albums. I gotta do that next, because I'm always distracted by other bands that I listen to. So like I put so many, and then I forget there's other more. You know, whenever it clicks to me, and whenever I have the time to listen, I'll give it a listen. I think I've talked so much today. But yeah. When I have listened to some of the WWE songs too. And that was before I got curious about more guitar heaviness or something like that. That was before I got into the real darker of heavy metal. So yeah, I've listened to more of the WWE songs before I got really more curious and more down with metal. More open, actually. So yeah, I have been listening to metal since, or at least started listening to metal since 2013. Another band I forgot to show you. Dealey Plaza. Not the place, the band, that's what I mean. Yes, I'm typing it out. Dealey Plaza. These guys, they've been a band since like 2013. They were usually just a deathcore, hardcore band, but now they're just changing their sound to just hardcore, I think. You know, they've been making the same old sound of deathcore or any other metal that punches you in the face. Obviously. Traitors. I have listened to these guys. You know, and most of the band is about, well, they are traitors, like the band is traitors, but they've put an album called The Hate Campaign, which is still out there. So yeah, they're just usually the hate campaign band called Traitors. So it never stops. They have released 2 new songs called Menace to Society and Enemy. 2 new recent songs. Their recent album was Repent. They went from self-titled to The Hate Campaign, Night Terrors, Mental State, to Repent. That's one of their albums. And then they have released 2 new songs. So maybe they'll come up with the new album soon. I mean, like, for these bands, they've been working their hardest, trying to make new sound. And yes, I do listen to other music other than just metal. I do listen to Ice Cube. I do listen to Snoop Dogg. I've listened to some rappers. I've listened to some pop music. Some pop music that I really love has some nostalgia sound or some nostalgia effect in our emotions or something. I don't know. And another thing I've listened to as a kid was called Half Crazy, so it's still stuck in my mind. I love Half Crazy, man. I think, yeah. I think I might not have explained it a lot, but I'm gonna stop it from here because there's a whole lot I got to explain. But I'm gonna save it for another time, another video. So that is it for right now. I've been metalhead since 2013 because of WWE. And sometimes I even go back to WWE because I haven't listened to that show in a long time. A long time. Also Disturbed. Shatter, which was on Stone Cold Steve Austin's music. I've also listened to Black Veil Brides. Some of them are on my iPod. Knives and Pens, The Perfect Weapon. There's another song, but I forgot. I've also listened to that one, so I like The Bodies Hit the Floor, but I forgot what band was it. Let me look it up. Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. Drowning Pool. That's what it is. I've listened to Drowning Pool. Let the Bodies Hit the Floor, but there's another song I've listened to. Drowning Pool called, hang on, let me go back to typing. Drowning Pool, Bleed With You. That's part of it. I listened to Drowning Pool and Bleed With You. I used to listen to another band called Era 9. Their song that I like is Fire, but I think they're not a band anymore. I know I said that's it, but like, there's so much I want to tell you about me listening to metal. So, of course, like I said, I'm going to stop it from here. Like, dislike this video. Comment if you listen to metal. Comment what type of music taste that you listen to. Like, comment your music taste. Tell me your music taste. Share if somebody wants to hear it. share if somebody's a metal, like, share this video if somebody else is a metalhead too, if they're coming out as a metalhead. And just because I listen to metal doesn't mean I'm a Satanist. Doesn't mean I'm evil. I just have music taste. That's it. I'm still human, with just a different, darker music taste. I'll still always be my own person, but I'm not gonna listen to what everybody else wants me to listen to. I'm not your stereotypical black dude that you see all the time. I'm not the black man listening to stereotypical music, that I should just stay in my own lane to what type of music I should listen to. All right, I'm done from here. I'm gonna save my breath and get ready to go, and I'll see you on the next one. So this is Eric. Everyone, peace, and I'll see you later.